Anyway. So anyway, he said, I'll be out in the truck with Wally Hyder. And I said, oh, my God. I said, okay, and you just want me to just do my show? He said, yeah, we're going to record a couple of your shows.
Yeah. And
they did.
They
did. They
nice
did.
Story,
and they got me a bass player to do some of the songs and a drummer to do some of
Who was the drummer?
Mickey.
Great drummer.
Mickey Jones.
Yeah, Mickey Jones.
Yeah.
Wow. Became the drummer of Bob Dylan.
And Kenny Rogers in the first edition.
He was so much in demand.
Yeah. After me, yes.
Yeah. Of course. Anyway,
Speaking of business, you were commissioned by Gibson to design guitars.
Yes.
2, in fact.
2.
Tell us about that.
Well, they wanted me to do the first one. They wanted me to do, and then after about 6 months after I designed the first guitar, then I thought of an idea to get to do another guitar for the rock and rollers, for the kids, you know, and they liked the idea very much. I said, "Oh, Mr. Lopez, that's a great idea." So they liked the fact that I wanted to do 2 models, and one for the jazz enthusiasts like me, which I call my deluxe guitar, Trini Lopez Deluxe Gibson.
Right.
And the second one, it became the standard rock and roll model. And let me tell you something. To this day, people like Paul McCartney, you were speaking of Paul McCartney, his guitar player for Wings, he plays my guitar.
Yeah.
And Sting's guitar player plays my guitar. And Bono, U2, his guitar player plays my guitar.
Wow.
And on. All kinds of people play my guitar.
So you like that whole woody jazz sound when you play a rhythm, right?
Yes. Very much.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you...
Do we see a guitar being designed by Trini Lopez for RJ?
No, we build guitars. We make. I've been in the guitar business for almost 20 years.
I know a lot about you.
Guitar, right?
I know a lot about you. I was talking to a gentleman that was with me that works for Renan, and he told me a lot about you and your career and everything. So I know all about you, RJ.
Oh, okay. Anyway, what was that guitar that you were playing in one of your videos where the headstock was like a Fender? It's a one-line thing.
I did that.
Is that a Gibson?
It's a Gibson, but they never used to do that ever.
Yeah.
You know, people like Les Paul and Johnny Smith and all the Tel Farlow and all this great jazz guys, they never had any of this stuff.
Yeah.
All on the top.
Yeah, the one-line top. The one-line.
And it's easier to tune that way.
Yeah, it's easier.
You know, I took the idea from Fender. You know.
Oh, yeah. Leo Fender.
Leo Fender.
Okay, now.
Boy, he knows his business.
In your show. In your show, okay, at the Araneta Coliseum, how long will the show be?
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 year and an hour and a half.
This guy.
With your hits, and it's got to last that long.
And you know, Baby John, the way that Trini performs, there's no rest. I mean, some people sing one song and they talk to the audience. This guy, it's like me. We just continue on.
Go. Play and play.
Go. And 1.5 hours is no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're singing ballads, maybe it's a little easier. But
it's easier.
His type of music, boy.
Thank
he plays
you.
the guitar and sings his heart out.
I work pretty hard. Yeah, I do, and I've always enjoyed it.
Me too.
Always.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, you know.
Yeah. Okay, La Bamba was a Richie Valens song, right?
Yes. Well, it wasn't his song.
It's a traditional Mexican song, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Something like that.
It was very different than the way.
Okay.
Richard did it, and it was very different than the way I did it.
Correct. Yeah.
And
were you born in the
Dallas.
States?
In Dallas. In Dallas.
But my parents are from Mexico.
Okay.
And my father is Spanish. My mother is Mexican Indian.
Oh, I see.
And I asked my dad when I was about 8 years old. I said, Dad, because he taught me my first Mexican songs.
Really?
My first Mexican songs.
Was he a musician too?
He was a singer, a musician, an actor, and a dancer. My father was in Mexico when he was a young.
Really?
Up until about he was 16, and then he married my mother, and he had to go to work full time. And
all of us do that,
except me.
Except you.
Because your work is your fun.
My work is my life. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
In other words, your father's dream was fulfilled.
Well, he wanted me to stay away from being with the gangs and getting into trouble with the police. And he said, son, I want you to learn the songs that I learned when I was your age. And La Bamba was one of them.
Yeah.
And I said, Dad, where does this song come from? Do you know who wrote it? He says, no, son. He says, nobody knows who wrote La Bamba. The song was written in the 1920s. In the 1920s. Yeah.
It's a traditional.
It's a traditional song.
Nobody knows.
So I was singing, just for the record, I was singing, pardon the expression, just for the record, I was singing La Bamba before Richie Valens. Because I was a little older than he was.
Yeah.
So
really, huh?
So
Okay.
yeah, so I was real popular with La Bamba in Dallas when I was young.
So you rocked it first.
Well, he recorded it first, and I heard it on the radio, and I was so mad. I said, darn it. I said, somebody beat me to it.
But you were singing it that style already before he recorded.
I was singing it like that
Rock and roll style.
before he did.
Before he did.
Before he
So
did
he must
it
have picked it up from you.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Well, he was in Los Angeles. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I was very upset. And then
You should have recorded it first, right?
well, but I couldn't. I didn't have the opportunity
Yeah.
in Dallas
Right.
at that time.
Yeah.
And he did it, and maybe 9 months after he recorded it, he died with my friend Buddy Holly. He was also from Texas.
Now, how was Buddy Holly as a person? Everybody, of course, still feels his loss. Now, since you met him personally and you were his friend, how was he as a person? Was he
Great person. Great. He was like Elvis, very down to earth.
Oh, Elvis also was very down to earth.
Yes, very down to earth. He was a very nice guy, great guy. To me, I'm not trying to be melancholy or anything or silly, but to me, the people that have the most talent are the nicest.
Because they're not insecure.
They're not insecure. Maybe that's what it
They
is.
don't have the ego.
They don't have the ego.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And remember, the guys you meet going up are the guys you meet going down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, that's why you're such a nice guy, because you have the talent, Trini.
you very much.
And watch Trini Lopez February 10 at the Araneta Coliseum. Then tomorrow in Cebu, those Cebuanos listening in,
Yes, at the waterfront.
why don't you
hotel.
send us a text here? 2256, huh? Can we have the text?
Yeah, right
Text,
there.
yeah. Send us a text. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna take a break, and then Trini may favor us with a song. We're still negotiating with this promoter here, live here at the RJFM studios. Here's Trini Lopez.